got a video going out, and I'm gonna kind of talk over it. But it's a video about my bodybuilding show. I went and competed in Nashville for OCB Natural Natty Nights competition. That's what it was, the name of it. I didn't place. I guess that's probably the thing that everyone wants to know. No, I didn't place. This was my first ever show, and I'm 19, and I decided to do open because I was big balling it. But realistically, if I had done debut or novice, which is another part of men's physique, a separate competition for first timers and young people, I would have placed. Just analyzing the competition, and on most of them there wasn't even 5 people, so I would have placed no matter what and gotten a medal. Sadly I didn't, because I did open. Although I will say I was probably very close, and if I was slightly better at posing, I probably could have placed, without a doubt. But something I'll definitely come back to maybe in a couple more years, 3 or 4, I might possibly do it again. It wasn't too expensive at all, but it was quite an experience dieting down, getting that lean, having to restrict myself and things, having to do all this freaking cardio and certain training, bro. It was tough. And show day was interesting though, and you'll see, I've got pictures of how I looked and the pump up, and I didn't record what I ate, but I'll kind of go into detail on all that. This is just a little intro, but yeah, I had it all on. I had my girl there with me. She, recorded me before I went out. I got a tan and a little touch up at the show, because I was not nearly tan enough. But I competed, went out there, I did my best, and I got a whole bunch of stuff. My show pants, my little emblem and shirt. But it was cool. It was a really interesting experience, and I looked good on stage. That's probably the best part, as I looked great on stage. And I can say that I am an official bodybuilder, to be honest. I am. So, pretty sick, dude. Obviously, I'm not a pro, but I am a bodybuilder. I can kind of, say that now because I've competed. But yeah, it was quite the experience, and I'd suggest to actually do it. Like, if you like bodybuilding, bro, go do it. It was actually an enjoyable experience, and almost anybody that competes, they're all good people. They're not dickheads, at least in the natural competitions. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I passed the polygraph too, so I'm a natural. But yeah, it was an enjoyable experience, and you'll see, and you probably, if you watch any of my other videos, you've seen, the before, and everything leading up to this, and how I looked on stage. But it was fun. It was definitely something that I suggest to anyone who's interested in this type of stuff. And motivational, if you're motivated by that, it could really, it's an enjoyable thing, and it's something I'll definitely do again after my powerlifting mark. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed me yapping, and hope y'all enjoyed watching the lead up to everything in the show. See ya. Alrighty, so as I was saying in that video, I competed in a bodybuilding show, and it was OCB Natty in Nashville, and it was pretty good, pretty enjoyable. And you can see here, this is what I was talking about. I had no tan at all, so I had to get a tan, a deeper tan, because I'm pale, and that tan that I got did absolutely nothing. But this is the only reason why I looked halfway decent on stage. Shout out to this lady, she let me get it last minute, and it made me look insane. Anyway, this is me pumping up. I did more than just push-ups, I promise. I did cable stuff and everything. I did pull-ups, but the video looked scuffed. This was about the only video I really got. I did the pull-ups in the bathroom, but after that, I got a pretty good pump, as you can see in this video right here. It felt good. I looked pretty good. I was lean. That's really when I wanted to be lean. I looked fairly aesthetic. Obviously, I'm not, picture perfect, but it was pretty daggone good. And the show in general was enjoyable. It was a good atmosphere, good people, encouraging people. It was really fast-paced, but it was quite the experience, to say the least. And I enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, in this video, I forget how long, it's like 30 seconds. This is my actual posing on stage. The recording, for some reason, is really messed up. Obviously, I'm the one of the light blue shorts in the middle. All these people are open contesters. They had much better physiques than I did, and they were much more experienced. Should have went to novice, like I said, but I would say I didn't stick out like a sore thumb, besides the fact that I posed a little later than other people. I still feel like I did fairly good, and yeah, it was quite like, honest to God, it was draining me out there. I did this for like 5 minutes straight. This video is much longer than what I show, and yeah, it was pretty hard, but it was enjoyable. It was cool to see how my physique looked out there, and I really would suggest it to other people. It was a crazy experience, but I did a lot more on this trip besides this bodybuilding show. I went out and explored Nashville and Knoxville and went to a Tennessee game and all that, so I did a lot on this trip. But obviously the main reason for it was this bodybuilding show, and all this posting and dieting and training and posing routines that I did to be able to look halfway decent on stage. And I feel like I performed fairly well for someone who has literally no experience whatsoever in this. Just trained like a bodybuilder for a little bit, and I feel like I did pretty good. Obviously I'm not nearly looking as good as everybody else on stage, but I looked good for myself. Anyway, this is a lot better quality. This is what I looked like in my single posing routine. I kind of just went out here and did whatever. I really didn't even know what I wanted to do when I went out here and did this. That was a front double, and then I just did a muscular little side tricep, and I did a side pose. Those are like my favorite poses. They're bodybuilding poses, but I look muscular. And then this, I don't know, I just didn't know what to do, and I wanted to do something and show off my vacuum, so I did that. And then that was it. Yeah, I was gonna flex more, but I kind of ran out of ideas, so glad I didn't. And this was my after workout meal. I really want to take spread ass. If you know, it's fire. And that's a trend. I'll probably make that a short. Anyway, this was the end of everything. Hope you all enjoyed, and hope you all like this video. Hope this inspires you all to compete one day and pursue your dreams. It's worth it, not gonna lie. See you all in the next one. Bye.